Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a really extraordinary journey. We're analyzing this allegorical account, and it features a very unique character, a talking parrot named Mithu.
That's right. And this story, drawn from our sources, it gives some surprising clarity, actually, on the complex social and political landscape of India.
So, our mission today.
Well, our mission is to sort of pull out the vital nuggets from this, insightful story. See how these ancient structures are clashing with modern realities.
And hopefully reveal some deeper truths about societal change, maybe economic pressures too.
Exactly.
Okay, so our deep dive kicks off with Mithu. He's an Indian ringneck parakeet found injured way over in the UK.
Which is unusual in itself.
Right. And this bird is incredibly smart vocabulary, over 1,000 words, the sources say. And he's looking for his Pandit Ji.
Now, Pandit Ji, in this story, he's not just anyone. He's presented as a respected scholar.
Right.
A figure of tradition, authority.
And the story goes that his doctor prescribed travel for what they called an incurable condition.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Mithu tells us this incurable condition. It's not physical.
Not physical.
No. It's a newfound conscience.
Wow. Okay.
And our sources really highlight this as, well, a powerful metaphor. It points to this deep fear of change among Brahmin leaders as the narrative presents it.
A fear that their position is threatened.
Yes, that Hinduism, Brahmin supremacy, it's all threatened by the rigid Varna caste system, India's sort of traditional social hierarchy. It just can't adapt, the story suggests, to this post-internet world.
And the parrot had some strong words about that. You mentioned something about milking the system.
Oh, yes. Mithu, or rather the narrative through Mithu, controversially says Brahmins have milked this system. He calls them the holy cows, provocatively.
One's benefiting most.
That's the implication.
Yeah.
And this resistance to change, this rigidity, the narrative argues, has unfortunately pushed them towards Hindu extremist groups.
That sounds dangerous.
Extremely. The sources depict this myopia towards militancy as holding the potential for, well, India's disintegration, spreading hatred, division.
Do the sources give examples of this? You mentioned groups like cow vigilantes.
They do. Troubling examples like attacks by cow vigilantes, Hindu Yuva Vahini, on Muslim and Christian minorities.
Why those groups specifically, according to the narrative?
Well, the story suggests the real targets, often underneath it all, are the Dalits, the historically marginalized groups. Because Islam, for example, offers them equality, dignity, things the traditional system, dominated by Brahmins, hasn't provided.
A system where Brahmins are about 13% of the population, denying this equality to over 1 billion people, the sources state.
Exactly. It fractures trust, escalates conflict. That's the picture painted.
Okay, so there's this internal conflict, this fear of change. But Pandit Ji also talks about another threat, the parasites.
Yes, the parasites. And the sources explain this term in the context of the story, refers to the global financial elite.
Bankers, multinational corporations.
Precisely. Those holding really high stakes in India. The narrative suggests their goal is to dominate usury-based banking, lending at high rates.
Calling it looting the masses.
That's the phrase used.
Ah.
And it connects this idea to, well, real-world issues mentioned in the sources, like struggling digital currency plans, businesses suffering, farmer suicides, even child malnutrition deaths. These huge economic pressures trickling down.
It's a grim connection. So Pandit Ji gets this conscience. What actually happens to him in the end?
He goes through a complete transformation, according to the story, gives away his wealth.
Really? To the poor?
Yes, finds peace in helping others. But Mithu, well, Mithu's a bit more practical.
Missed the old life.
Apparently missed his pistachios and nuts, the luxuries. And then Mithu just flies off, leaving us with the message.
It's a powerful allegory, and it really makes you think, doesn't it? If a story using a talking parrot can lay out these complex societal issues, this deep wisdom, what else might we be missing?
What insights are hidden in plain sight, maybe in the unexpected corners of our own lives, just because we aren't looking?
It's definitely a powerful thought from our sources for you to explore after this deep dive.
Indeed.
Until next time, keep digging.